Greetings and salutations, my fine bitches. Hello, my beautiful bitches. It's your girl Ginger Fahrenheit, and welcome to another episode of Becoming Ginger. Someday I'm gonna get that figured out. Someday. Damn it. Anywho, welcome to another week. It's been like over a week since I've practiced, and it felt so weird. It was the first time I've skipped practicing since I started doing these YouTube videos. And let me tell you, like, it was weird not having this time with you all last week. This week's topic was from an anonymous person on my ask.fm, and they wanted to know what inspired me to make these YouTube videos. Well, with me, it's never an easy answer. It kind of just, I have to go back to like December of last year, which is about 6 months before I started making the YouTube videos. So December of last year, I discovered a thing called Bio Queens. Thanks to Holy McGrail asking the drag stars at sea what they thought of Bio Queens and Faux Queens. So, needless to say, my mind was fucking blown. Holy shit, girls can do this too? What? You know, please help me, I gotta do this. Being my straight edge, closeted self, I didn't think that I could ever do that. Plus, you know, I did not wear makeup of any kind. I did not have dresses. And I just didn't think that it was anything I could ever aspire to be. Fast forward to February, I suffered this horrible health scare where in about a week's span, I went from pretty much okay, healthy, to you need 3 units of blood transfused or your organs are going to shut down and you're going to die. So it was a really scary week there where, you know, I felt like I was going to die most of the time and didn't know what I was going to be able to do about that because I don't have health insurance, and at the time I was not working. And I said to myself, if I get through this horrible thing that's happened to me, I'm going to live life a little differently. I guess what I'm saying is I wanted to live more true to who I am as a person instead of who I thought other people wanted me to be. So that's what I said. If I survive this horrible thing that happened to me, I'm going to be myself more. I survived, thank God. You know, it took a while to get back to where I was healthy enough to think about doing anything, which takes us to May. And I, one day, my parents were out of town, they were on vacation. My brother was at work. I had the house to myself. And I said to myself, how hard could it really be to make a drag face? I've been watching RuPaul for several years, and I said, it couldn't be that hard. Why don't I just try it? Why don't I just see what I can do? And this is the result. Yeah, I didn't have eyeliner. I did not have, I didn't have blush. I didn't have, you know, bronzer. I didn't have lashes or a wig. I had nothing. And thankfully my drag sister didn't tell me how I really looked, or, you know, the story probably would have ended right there. But she actually was very encouraging and, you know, well, you need to go get this, you need to go get that, you need to just work with it, and blah, 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 blah. So while my parents were on vacation, I practiced a couple more times, and, you know, when the opportunity arose that the house was empty, which is very rare, I would go in and I would practice, and I'm like, it's silly for me to practice putting on a face and then, you know, what do? Look in the mirror for 2 minutes and then take it off? Plus, unless I sit there and take a picture of myself every single time and then go back in and look at it, it's not like I'm seeing how it looks when I'm just naturally moving around and doing things. And you know, 'cause you can watch every drag tutorial in the world, and you know, if your face is funky like mine is, where it's like off and your eyes are off and shit, you know, there's only so much you can do. So also, you know, having heard about the bio queens, it's not like there's a huge amount of bio queens on YouTube. Holy McGrail has some videos. There were a couple of like random interviews and random performances I've seen when I looked it up, but there was no bio queens, you know, other than those little bits on YouTube. Whereas, you know, if you look up drag queen, every drag queen that has a camera has a fucking channel. So there was also that aspect of, you know, this is a new-ish concept. It's not that new. Now that I've looked into it, apparently bio queens have been around for a good 20 years. But, you know, I think we're just starting to get our due, you know. We're just starting to get towards, you know, the equal standing with the drag queens. And, you know, I wanted to put myself out there to kind of show that just because I am a biological woman does not mean that drag comes easily to me. It certainly does not, as you've seen the past 6 months. I've learned a lot, I've grown a lot, and I still have a long way to go. And I also wanted that resource for any, you know, girls that want to be bio queens out there to see, yes, it's possible. You can start from nothing, and if you work really hard at it, you can start to get a footing in your area and start to get shows and start to figure out how to do your wigs and your face and your eyelashes and shit. I wanted something for any future bio queens that should, you know, one day go, well, is that really a thing? Let me look it up on YouTube. Oh, hey, look, there's somebody that actually has done it. So I started this YouTube channel as a way for me to map my progress, as a way for me to show the world that, you know, drag is an art form. It is something that's different for every drag artist out there, and it's not easy by any means, even for somebody that it should be somewhat easy for. It should be easy for me to put makeup on and hair and wigs and shit, according to society, right? And also as, you know, something for any future bio queen to kind of look up and see, well, I sure as shit can do better than she can. If that's what you need to get yourself up and going, then I'm glad I could do it for you. So yeah, I guess in my roundabout way, I've answered your question about why I made these videos. Most of it, honestly, is for myself, mapping my progress and going back in and seeing what worked and what didn't work and where can I grow. So yeah, and I've always said I would do this for one person or I'd do it for 100 people. I really don't care. So if I'm not the most entertaining person on the YouTube stratosphere, I apologize, but you know, it is what it is. Next week I was gonna do something Christmassy, but I'm kind of holding off because there is a slight chance that I could be in the semi-finals for Queens of the Week spot. Thank you so much to everybody that has commented either on the Facebook post or on the video where they showed the other queens that were eligible, there were a lot of votes for Jinger. I was very surprised. Was not expecting that it would go over so well, because I'm obviously quite new. And there's some fierce as fuck other queens that are running for that channel. So I don't know that I'm really gonna get a spot. You know, not to sound like I have no confidence in myself or anything. I'm a realist, and there are some very beautiful, wonderful queens that have a lot more experience than I do, and they were very fierce and entertaining in their videos. So, you know, do I foresee that I'm going to get one of the spots? Probably not, but I'm going to ride it as long as I can. So if I get into these semifinals, please, please vote. Comment that you want to see me on the channel. It would be really cool to get that opportunity to work with those queens. They're all amazing and entertaining, and yeah. So now I'm really gonna shut up now, because I've just been rambling on and on and on and on. Alright, I love you all so very much. Bye!